Welcome to Kuala Lumpur, one of my personal favorites, where we were surrounded by stunning architecture, walked through beautiful gardens, and had close encounters with real monkeys.
For those of you who were watching our video from Phuket, Thailand, you remember we got stranded at the airport. We finally got the second plane out after about 8 or 9 hour delay and made it to Kuala Lumpur. My brother-in-law gifted us a free night, and we took advantage of that in Kuala Lumpur at the Hyatt Grand. And wow, was it grand. You start by going to the lobby, which I think was on the 39th floor, and had an incredible view of the entire city downtown near the Petronas Towers. It was simply amazing.
Our suite at the Grand Hyatt was incredible. It was luxurious and spacious and had wonderful skyline views of the city.
Most people who are familiar with Kuala Lumpur are familiar with it because of Petronas Towers, and the Petronas Towers definitely dominate the skyline.
In the shadows of the Petronas Towers is the Kuala Lumpur City Center, usually referred to as KLCC. There is a mall where you can look up and see the towers looming from the top. It's also a beautiful area with walking paths and a pond. We went there to the mall and found a Chili's where we really enjoyed a little taste of home. After dinner, we went on a walk through the park and it started to rain, so we tried to find some shelter under the bamboo trees.
Dari menara kembar yang tinggi di Kuala Lumpur ke pantai Langkawi yang berkilau.
Every night behind the mall there is a fountain and light show, which is worth the visit.
Budaya yang kaya dalam setiap langkah penuh rasa. Malaysia, tanda penuh warna dan rasa. Dari makanan
Although the Petronas Towers dominate the skyline, it's at night that they really shine.
Mekah, kau adalah sebuah keajaiban, tempat jiwa bersemangat. Malaysia, tanda penuh warna dan rasa. Dari makanan lezat hingga keindahan yang
Just a short walk from the towers is a bridge called the Saloma Link. It's all lit up and it leads to more beautiful views of the city.
jiwa bersemangat. Malaysia, di mana tradisi dan modernitas
Every time we passed through the mall, there was always this long line at this one store, and so we decided to stop and take a look, and they were selling these Chinese beef roti. You could either get chicken or beef in them, and we watched them make them. It was very fascinating to watch them do the process, and then of course we ate them. Very good, very hot, very spicy, very enjoyable. After our one night at the Grand Hyatt, we moved hotels back to our IHG property, InterContinental, which happened to be right next to an old Citibank building that used to be formerly in Malaysia. And the lobby was very nice. The hotel was also very nice. The room was more than adequate for our needs. We had a great 4-night stay at IHG.
lezat hingga keindahan yang mempesona. rasa. Dari makanan lezat hingga keindahan yang mempesona. Dari pulau.
These rooftop pools were just refurbished, and we definitely took advantage of them in the hot afternoons.
Malaysia, di mana tradisi dan modernitas bertemu.
Just down the street from our hotel was, I think, a Chinese temple. And across the way was an Aeroline bus stop, which we took advantage of. And we'll tell more about that in a future video, as that's how we traveled to Singapore.
Harmoni yang melodi di setiap sudut. Dari gunung-gunung yang megah hingga pantai-pantai yang tenang. Kau adalah inspirasi, sebuah cerita yang penuh bersinar.
Across from the Merdekah Square is one of the key landmarks in Kuala Lumpur called the Sultan Abdul Samad Building. Inside is a museum that you can learn all about the history of Malaysia.
Kuala Lumpur lights the night. Dreams are soaring, reaching high. Hello, Malaysia, land of unity. Every heartbeat sings with melody. Hello, Malaysia, shining bright and free.
From the Merdekah Square, we crossed the river of life and did a walk next to the river. There were really neat murals and things to see as we walked, making our way up to Chinatown.
Hello, Malaysia, land of unity. Every heartbeat sings with melody. Hello, Malaysia, shining bright and free. You're the home that lives in me. Hand in hand, we walk together through.
After spending some time in Chinatown, we headed towards the Kuala Lumpur Botanical Gardens, and on the way we passed some buildings with some beautiful architecture and a huge mosque.
Hello, Malaysia, land of unity. Every heartbeat sings with melody. Hello, Malaysia, that lives
It was a long walk on a hot day, but these gardens were definitely worth it.
After walking to and then through the botanical gardens, we were exhausted, hot because of the humidity, and we found a gate that took us to the National Museum and caught a grab back to our hotel. Having been on the road for several weeks, it was definitely time to do laundry. So we found a laundromat. It was kind of an open air laundromat. Figured out how to pay the machines and do that. It was just a little walk from the Petronas Towers. So it was really a neat experience. We were craving some Thai food, so we found a restaurant called Soy 55 and went and had some good food. Had a clogged ear, and so we made a 3 a.m. visit to a medical clinic.
One of the highlights of our trip to the city was going to the Batu Caves, where there were monkeys everywhere. And usually you're not allowed to feed the animals, but they actually sold bananas that people could feed to the monkeys.
Sarawak yang berdesir lembut dan budaya yang kaya dalam setiap langkah penuh rasa. Malaysia, tanda penuh warna dan rasa. Dari makanan lezat hingga keindahan yang mempesona. Dari Pulau Pinang ke Sabah yang megah.
Here we are, all fresh and happy, ready to start up the 272 steps into the caves.
Dari makanan lezat hingga keindahan yang mempesona. Dari Pulau Pinang ke Sabah yang megah. Kau adalah sebuah keajaiban, tempat jiwa bersemangat. Malaysia, di mana tradisi dan modernitas bertemu. Kau adalah harmoni yang melodi di setiap sudut. Dari gunung-gunung yang megah hingga pantai-pantai yang tenang. Kau adalah inspirasi, sebuah cerita yang terus bersinar. Dari menara kembar yang tinggi di Kuala Lumpur.
And when you got up those steps, guess what? There were more.
Hutan hujan Sarawak yang berdesir lembut dan budaya yang kaya dalam setiap langkah penuh rasa. Malaysia, tanda penuh warna dan rasa. Dari makanan lezat hingga keindahan yang mempesona. Dari Pulau Pinang ke Sabah yang megah. Kau adalah sebuah keajaiban, tempat jiwa bersemangat. Malaysia, tanah penuh warna dan rasa. Dari makanan lezat hingga keindahan yang
Climbing the steps at Batu Caves was an experience and something that we will carry with us in our memories for a while. It was definitely hot, so at the end of the day, we decided to catch the train back, and it was air conditioned. We found a nice restaurant that again served some Thai food, ate some masaman, and had a good time just walking outside, looking up at the Petronas Towers and enjoying the KLCC park.
inspirasi, sebuah cerita yang terus bersinar.
The next day we caught a bus to Singapore, and we'll create a little video to show you about that experience.